Y'all got out of the death house. Y'all still have Lancelot the dog with y'all. You've made it to Barovia. You met an old beggar woman who,
Pie.
Oh, no,
y'all purchased some pies from. Has anybody ate the pies yet?
I have my pie.
I did not.
I ate them.
Okay.
I like my pie.
She did tell you that there is a merchant in town. His prices are rather high. She said there's also a tavern
It's like a pumpkin.
in the town.
What's that?
The beer. It has like a little pumpkin.
You will possibly
It's like
meet
a pumpkin.
It's like a pumpkin.
or get more information.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Y'all are currently standing in the middle of the road. What are y'all gonna do?
First of
I'm
all,
gonna continue to stand in the middle of the road.
I'm gonna wait for a car to hit. I mean, a buggy to hit me.
yeah, I'm gonna do the exact same thing, except I'm gonna hover above all of you.
Wait, the merchant wasn't the merchant up on a hill, right? All right, I'm gonna walk towards the hill.
Okay.
We should probably go ahead and continue in the town and see what this place is.
Yeah, I'm gonna sit on the road and wait for a car to hit me. There are no cars.
I'm not gonna eat my pie right now. Though.
I'm gonna save that. Yeah,
suspicious about it.
So as you walk through the town, you see some houses. Some of them are boarded up. Not many have lights on inside. You hear a wailing coming from one of the houses, a sobbing. A few of the houses have lights on, but not many. And then up ahead, you see sparse light spilling out of a building behind heavy curtains. And there's a sign over the door that says Bill Drath's Mercantile.
You wanna go check out the mercantile shop?
Oh, we should probably go see if the person that's waiting is okay.
What was that?
Who knows?
Maybe you could give them your pie.
I'll give them my pie as long as they don't kill me. No, I think we should do what you said and go do the exploring of the merchant.
If
Not
nothing
before
else,
we
you can
do
give us
this.
information about the city. Or the
I'm
town.
rubbing my eyes and I can't.
So y'all go inside the Mercantile.
Yeah.
Alright.
Kenosha,
So you enter a building that is about 70 foot by 40 foot. And all along the walls are shelves with pretty normal findings, rope, arrows, hunting equipment, grappling hooks, stuff like that. Up in the front of the store, you see a counter. And behind that counter, you see a male, commoner, human, who looks at you gruffly. What do you want?
Cheese. We want cheese. No. We want waffle fries.
What do you want?
I don't have waffle fries.
We want
Don't
waffle.
waste my time.
I need to restore my quill so I can have arrows for our next turn.
You need arrows? I can help you with arrows.
Oh, yes. What kind of arrows do you acquire?
What kind of arrows
Oh
do
shit,
you need?
what kind of arrows do you have?
I
Sorry.
got crossbow bolts. I got arrows. What do you need?
You have arrows that turn to fire when I shoot them so they
No.
can burn? Okay.
You
Thank
can
you, thank
stick
you.
them in a fire.
I'm pretty
and
sure
set
for
them on
that you'll
fire.
need a bow that's enchanted to do that.
Oh yeah. I just need regular arrows. How much do I charge? What's the damage?
I've got groups of 20 for 10 gold pieces apiece.
How about I give you the pie that
For
the
one
old
arrow?
lady gave me?
For 20 arrows, 10 gold pieces.
It's pretty good. 50 cents a pop. I'll give you the pie that the old lady gave me.
I don't think you heard me. 20 arrows, 10 gold pieces.
Pretty damn good pie. Oh shit, hold on. Let me look at my money real quick.
Do you want me to eat the pie for you?
Where do you see your money?
Go into your inventory, and then towards the top it'll tell you.
How many gold pieces you have?
Yeah, it'll say
Right
total
here.
currency.
We ain't got shit.
Never mind, sorry, I'm broke as fuck.
We ain't got shit, bro.
Are you sure you don't want that pie?
I'm stuck.
The old lady said it's really, really good.
20 arrows, 10 gold pieces.
No, I'm good. What can you say about the pie lady? What do you know about her?
She sells pies.
Nothing? She's not
Oh,
some
Garrett, listen
witch
to
or
the
anything
music,
like that?
something's
She
about-
sells pies.
Okay.
All right, so since we don't really have money to spend here, but
Then what the hell are you doing here?
well, would you be willing to buy?
Depends.
I have a very, very beautiful sword with a kind of interesting backstory to it. We found it not that long ago, and I really have no need for it.
You
Would
said
you be
it was a
willing
good
to
deal,
buy it
right?
for me?
Not a good deal.
No?
He looks
How
at
much
your
does it normally
sword.
cost for 20?
The windmill sword.
Girl.
I could buy
How much gold?
20
gold?
20 gold.
Sounds good.
Alright.
KBB said.
I'll buy
The
it.
lie detector test determined that was a lie.
Thank you.
Wait, how do we get gold? Oh, we didn't
gotta-
sell shit.
We gotta make some money.
I gotta sell shit.
Because as far as I know, well, speaking out of character, right? Like the currency that we came here with, any gold or whatever from the prime
Oh, that's true.
plane is not worth crap here, right?
That is correct.
All right.
Did we have any starting gold that I forgot to put on there?
No.
Whatever gold you started with was wiped out. When
It's
you got
wiped
here.
out anyway.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You got it right.
Okay, yeah, I never started with gold then.
So I mean, you could probably pull out a gold coin and give it to this dude. He'll look at it and be like, "This is fake. It's gotta be."
This is worthless.
You wouldn't even
Whatever, yeah.
recognize it.
Right.
So,
You gonna buy something?
well, I was hoping
No.
you could tell me about the surrounding areas, maybe the town
This
or.
place sucks.
That's all, man.
That's all you need to do. You're either here to buy something, or you suck too.
Well, how about we make a trade for a pie?
I don't trade.
Not at all.
If you want something bad enough, you're gonna pay for it.
With blood?
This dude probably gets his pies for free anyway.
Shit, why don't we just ransack him? And
Who's
just
that?
have the store for ourselves.
Because that's
He
not
looks
nice.
at you,
Oh, I wasn't talking to you, sir.
and then he turns around and over his shoulder, he says, "Periwinkle, get in here!"
Periwinkle.
And you see this guy come walking out of the back, muscles rippling. We are talking a true Adonis, probably related to Hercules.
Damn.
The muscles just ripple beneath his leather tunic, and he sits there and he crosses his arms and he goes, "Uncle, is there a problem here?"
Are you kidding me?
Okay, so
There's no problem, sir. We're sorry we wasted your time.
since we obviously we are new to this area and obviously don't have the currency that you require, do you know of any ways we could make money so we could come back and buy some of your amazing
I don't know,
goods?
go figure
Let me
it out,
guess,
and then you
sell
can
some
come back
pies.
and buy some shit.
Okay, well, let's just try.
This guy is not gonna tell us anything.
Alright.
He only speaks one language, and that's
That's
the
money.
Tenets.
You're right. It better be gold, and it better have a picture of Lord Strahd on the back of it.
All right, there we go. See.
Oh.
What if I sell my body? I'm sorry.
You see my nephew here? I don't
bet he
think
pays a
there's
pretty penny.
anything you're gonna be able to do that this boy can't do.
Maybe take a math test.
Maybe
He
pass
ain't
it.
the brightest, but he's got the muscles where it's needed.
Touche.
Harry Wimple just kind of sits there.
What
kind of name is Perry?
Oh, so we didn't catch your name.
Or sorry, DM.
Can you not read the sign outside? My name's on it, Bill Draft.
Oh, it's nice to meet
You
you.
ain't very smart either, are you?
We
All
kinda
right,
came in
Billy
without
Goat. All right, Billy.
Billy
Goat.
Goat,
Yes, you Billy Goat now.
get the hell out of my store. You ain't buying anything anyway. You're wasting my time. Get the hell out.
looking. Oh well,
Okay, Billy Goat.
we tried.
That's your new nickname now. You better wear that as a f***ing badge.
Well, that went well. Any other weird shopkeepers or townsfolk you guys want to
about
antagonize
that
next?
place, that lady that, or man that
The-
was whimpering or crying at that one house?
Y'all want to go there?
Yeah.
Oh, at the very least. we can-
Yeah. I mean, all movie horrors told me never to go to those.
killed.
Go,
Or total
never go
party.
towards the crying lady.
All right. So
Might as well
yeah,
just-
you exit Bill Drafts, and
Billy
off in the
Goat.
distance, you hear this soft moaning, that sobs that float through the still gray streets. Just so heart-wrenching that it just fills you with sadness. You can feel the pain even from the distance. Sounds like it's coming. You look up the street. You can see a little bit of crack of light coming from a dark two-story townhouse.
So the windows are some of the places are boarded up, right?
Yes.
Can we? Oh, as we walk to the crying lady, man, woman, whatever it is, can we peer into these buildings to see if there's anything of value or?
You can try.
All right, I peer into the buildings to see if there's any gold pieces that we can potentially grab, or
Are you actually going inside?
I'm just peering in, like with the window.
Try and look through the windows?
Yeah.
When you look in, all you really see is dark. There's, the houses that are boarded up are just dark. There's no light coming from inside. You don't hear anything that indicates there's anybody inside.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
That kind of threw me off too,
I
because
was
there was
like-
a fly buzzing around earlier. I'm like, what the hell is it?
What is that?
Oh, it was that? Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, I thought
yeah.
there was a fly, and I was like, wow, that's a really loud fly.
What's the deal?
There was a fly sound.
There was a fly sound on the.
Oh,
Yeah.
Startled us.
I'm sitting there trying to figure out where the hell it's coming from, and because earlier there was a fly buzzing around. Now it's like, oh,
It just
We were like, oh,
Just
is
a
that?
this place is
dun,
cursed.
dun.
Of course.
With giant flies.
Oh god. Let's go. Let's
Shoe
not
fly
die,
don't bother me.
guys.
Alright, team.
I mean, we could go to that tavern. At the very least, we could get a drink. I got some gold for that sword. I don't really have much else, but at the very least, we can go chat with the innkeeper or the barkeep. Barkeeps are always filled with
Are we
knowledge.
that, or should we check out this crying lady man first, and then
It's
the
up to you guys.
tavern?
Any ideas?
Well, Storm Prince, what do you think? Oh, it's Velcar, sorry.
What the hell is that?
Well,
Hey, Star, what are we gonna do next?
look, my y'all just a lonely army. What do we do?
If you really want to go check this house out with the crying,
I think it'd be the respectful thing, and we could probably earn a couple grand so we can buy some stuff.
At least the
I will follow with what the group consensus is.
I will as well. I'm just throwing it out. It's
So,
not,
do y'all want to go to the townhouse?
Yeah.
Check out the lake.
or to the tavern and have a drink and talk to the
Well,
tavern.
we don't have. Listen, we don't have a whole lot of money, so it's not like we can really buy.
We don't know if we can afford a drink, so let's go talk to the
We is poor. We are poor sing.
Y'all do have some money that y'all found in the death house.
I ain't got shit.
That's right.
Same
But
here.
I don't have it in my inventory.
So, alright, are y'all going, following the sounds of the lady, or are y'all going to the tavern?
We're following the sounds of the lake.
Alright,
We got nothing.
you come up to this dark two-story townhouse. And as you approach it and you step onto the front steps, this sobbing, like I said, it's a gut wrenching from the soul sobbing is coming from inside. It sounds like it's coming from a woman. It's also sounds like it's pretty close to the entrance of the house. It doesn't sound like it's upstairs. Sounds like it's very near to the entrance of the home.
Is the door open or is it cracked or?
Check it.
Roll an inspection check.
Go ahead.
What exactly am I rolling?
Just roll an
This
investigation.
farmer wants to know if we're counting a necromancer as a wizard.
Okay, you check the door. You reach for it. You turn the knob. The door pushes open, and you see a female woman. She's sitting in the center of the floor. She's clutching
He said kind of.
something to her chest,
He said kind of.
and she is just rocking and sobbing these gut-wrenching sobs. So y'all looking into this house, there is a woman.
So we're not inside the house.
You're not inside the house. She cracked the door. She's kind of looking in. She sees a human woman. She is collapsed, kneeling on the center of the floor. She's got something clutched to her, and she is just sobbing.
Okay. So I'm a little bit wary because of what we went through in the so-called death house. So I'm suspicious if much of anything that we actually see is real or just a facade or whatever. So we're gonna kneel down and kind of put my hands on the ground and just close my eyes and kind of feel, try to sense if there's anything outside the ordinary going on, anything that's...
You sense a woman that is in a lot of pain, a lot of emotion.
But the woman is real, a real...
She is real, but she is just emanating emotion and pain.
That beats my theory of throwing a rock at her and see if it goes through.
This woman's like crying for her life. Let's throw some rocks at this bitch.
Well, she might be a ghost, who knows?
You were right.
Well,
You are a murder hobo.
well, we got.
I wanna just gently say, ma'am, is everything alright? Is there something we can help you with?
Knock first, it's respectful. We gotta knock.
Yeah. Just with a tap.
You knock, it does not phase her at all.
Mock Aaron Fox. Mock
so
Aaron
she's-
Fox.
Yeah. That's exactly what it is.
Okay.
Yeah.
I need a tow truck.
Alright,
Are you still going to approach her?
yes, of course. We bust the door open.
Okay. So
Or
you
open.
approach her.
The door slams shut and you immediately get eaten by the floorboard.
She,
Welcome to Barbarian, motherfucker.
she does not
Should've stuck with
respond as you first start walking in. But as you place your hand, let me see if I got better music for
I'm gonna walk in with Alyssa.
as you place your hand
Thixian.
onto her
Just gonna bother you.
shoulder and you start
Like I said, it's your house.
Yeah, but if it's gonna bother you, I'm not gonna do it. It's easy.
you start
I can
speaking
easily
to
wait for
her
this.
kindly, and she responds to that, and it takes her a few minutes. She's trying to gather her breath,
I'm in your bed.
and she says, "Gertrude is gone. Gertrude is gone."
What the
And you
fuck?
see that she's holding a doll. Pretty misshapen doll, but she's holding this doll. And she's telling you,
Excuse me.
where are you at?
I'm still outside the door looking in.
Hey, can you throw this back on?
I went in the room with Alyssa. With Thixian.
I'm outside as well.
Is Gertrude your daughter?
She doesn't respond to you. She's still, her eyes are fixed on Thixian. Like she's responded to that kindness that was shown by Thixian.
Right. Do you know
I
when?
noticed this.
Do you know when she left? Maybe we can help you find her.
She's been gone for a week. She broke out of her room. And now she's gone. Oh, Gertrude is gone.
I ain't got time for this shit. They're on rock.
Do you know where we might be able to help you look for her?
I don't know where she's gone. She's just gone.
I'm gonna enter the house now.
Okay.
I'm gonna stay outside. Watch from a distance. Just observe.
Now it's what? These two and myself in the house?
And Garrett.
I'm going inside.
And as you enter the house, her eyes first glance at you, but then she looks down towards your feet, and she sees this little dog that is with you, and she instantly bursts out, Lancelot!
Oh,
Wow, shit.
Lancelot's her dog.
The dog runs over to her. The dog's not necessarily friendly, but the dog definitely knows her.
okay. That's
Is Lancelot your dog, man?
He's
Ma'am.
Gertrude's dog. She took him. When she left, they were both gone.
Shit, where did we find Lancelot?
we found Lancelot in the
death
death
house.
house.
So Gertrude's in it. I mean, no offense, ma'am. Please cover your ears, but Gertrude might be at the death house.
Your daughter's dead.
You're so mean.
I didn't say
We
that,
don't-
Noah.
We don't even know if this girl Gertrude is her daughter. It could be her mother.
Based on the toy, we would assume it's
Yes,
a daughter
probably.
or of a
young
child. Is Gertrude? Oh, I asked from a distance. Is Gertrude a child?
She doesn't pay any attention to you.
So she only likes people in the house. I'm gonna stay outside.
Probably best. We
It's
have
not- it's
someone
not-
close by the
It's
door.
not so much, it's the kindness that she's responding to.
Okay.
Alright.
I'm gonna walk up to her and I'm gonna give her my eye
Oh,
as an act of kindness.
She looks at the pie and she's just,
No pie?
she doesn't care for the pie. She is more worried about Gertrude. You can tell she's dirty. She's very thin.
Eat this fucking pie! No, I'm kidding.
smash
I want to
it
see
in
what
her
it does and I'm not gonna eat it myself.
I've already eaten my pie.
I'm
I'm
gonna put
fine.
the pie. Are you?
Yes.
Are you really?
Two of them have already eaten the pie.
Yeah, well, we'll see what happens like an hour from now when they start
puking
hallucinating
and dying and shit.
Well,
And Garrett can't eat one because
Oh,
Garrett can't eat
She's
one
now
because of
she's
her
she's clutching the doll
Oh
and she's got her hand on Lancelot.
sorry, man, but you can't take my dog.
no. We'll tell you what. We'll leave Lancelot with you, of course, and we'll definitely keep an eye out for your daughter. And if we find her, we will bring her back to you.
Please, please find Gertrude. She's only a child.
We will
Okay,
do our
so
Alright,
utmost.
Dog.
can you describe what Gertrude looks like? How old she is? How tall she is? Hair color, eye color, skin color?
What's the last thing she wore?
God.
Where's the last place
Of
you
course
saw her?
we-
What time?
She's got brown hair.
Friday.
She's only a child.
Okay.
child meaning what?
How old is she?
Toddler? Infant?
She breaks down.
Fetus?
She doesn't really answer. She just starts wailing again.
Okay. We
Why
will,
does it always have to be this way?
I'm assuming Gertrude was.
Hey, we'll
Fetus?
I'm assuming Gertrude was a stillborn.
No, I'm just kidding.
we will.
Ma'am.
Maybe
we will.
she's
We will look
maybe
for
she's
her.
like
We'll do everything in our
8 or
power.
something.
That
Please
of
bring Gertrude
that
back.
of Gertrude never was.
We will do. We will
Born.
try our best.
And Gertrude was just a
I'll
mom.
kind of write this down real quick. Because I need to write that down.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Have that.
We don't have a whole lot to go on. She can't even tell us
Or
what the kid
you.
looks like,
Well, apparently
let alone which way
Well,
she went.
if we went to the tavern, maybe they would have heard of something of other children going missing.
Then I suggest we go to the tavern next.
Yes.
Alright, so y'all leave Gertruda behind you.
Bye,
close the
ma'am.
door.
Have a good one.
That's the raspberry.
Good
That's
luck.
good. And the wailing starts again.
God damn it. We just talked to you.
So Lancelot staying behind with the wailing lady.
Why wouldn't we use
Lancelot to come with you.
Why wouldn't we use Lancelot to like smell the Gertrude's scent and take us to Gertrude?
That's actually a good idea.
But what kind of dog is Lancelot though?
It's a little mangy looking mutt.
Okay, maybe not.
Oh, like a Toto?
Like a Toto.
Okay. Toto's smart as fuck apparently. So
What's a Toto?
Wizard of Oz dog.
The Wizard of Oz.
my aunt has one of those.
Do you see that big green glow-in-the-dark house on top of the hill?
Oh God. But yeah, let's head to the tavern and maybe they heard something about other missing children. Maybe it's a recurring problem. Who knows? Maybe there's some.
Come on, Lancelot.
Lancelot comes through the door just as y'all are closing it, and he stays at your feet again.
Oh,
he
he
likes you.
Smash his tail in the door.
So mean.
You know, anyway, that more than likely if you were to leave Lancelot there, she's not going to feed him.
Yeah, she's in no state to care for a dog, and something is not quite right here.
Right.
I can feel it in my.
As we walk towards the tavern, Kodiak yells, "Gertrude! Gertrude!"
There is no answer.
She's not a dog. She's not like a Lancelot.
Well, what happens like if you lose someone, you'd still scream their name out.
Yeah, you'd be looking for him.
We ain't found shit.
We literally combed it.
So, as
We
you
ain't
walk
find
up to the
shit.
street, you see a larger building, a single shaft of light illuminates the main square. Probably the brightest light you see in the entire
It's this beautiful bluish purple light in the sky.
village.
Am I going to heaven?
And it looks like a solid pillar in the fog that's in the city. Above the doorway, a sign hangs precariously askew. The sign originally said, blood of the vine, but somebody has scratched the N out, and above it they have put an F. So the sign now reads, blood of the vine.
Oh.
What kind of vine? Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, what kind of vine? Like is it a
You know,
rose vine?
blood of the vine. You should get it.
Like a rose vine? No, I don't. Maybe I'm stupid.
Grapevines. Wines made from grapes.
Oh. Oh yeah. Okay.
I mean, maybe I'm stretching there, but I don't know.
Oh, that sounds
Too bad
right.
there's not an E there and be blood of the vein.
If it's
Speaking of blood, yeah.
What
Beautiful.
would that?
Fun.
We still don't know about you, huh? Technically.
No, y'all don't.
No, I haven't given y'all any indications.
No. It's not like we're gonna ask. It's not like it really
No, I
matters.
mean, you really can't tell
He
that about
doesn't-
me until I get upset.
Velcar does not trust us.
It's just, well, obviously, he hardly knows us.
No, it's not that I don't trust y'all. I just prefer to keep my distance.
But I'm the new guy.
You are the new guy.
I don't
you
trust
also,
any of
You
you.
also smell delicious.
Oh. Well, you know, I do have a room at the tavern.
I don't mean it that way.
God!
I mean literally delicious.
Oh, whoa! We gotta watch out for this Velcar guy. I don't know about him. I'm gonna stay 10 feet behind him.
Yeah, at
At
some
all
point
times.
I'm gonna have to like
Kill someone.
Tell us.
Eat someone.
either that or tell them what I really am. But right now,
Are you a vampire, Velcar?
He's half.
not quite.
He's half.
Alright, so do you all enter the tavern?
Oh,
Yeah.
hey.
What's up, bitches?
Where the beer at? Oh.
So,
I'll pay for food.
I think.
you enter a tavern. It looks like at one point It was a really nicely appointed establishment. But the years have made it look a little bit more shoddy. There is a fire blazing in the hearth that is giving off a little bit of warmth to a few huddled souls that are within. You see a barkeeper at the counter, and as you enter and you observe, he has a line of glasses, wine glasses. He picks up the first one, he wipes it down, checks it to make sure it's spotless. He puts it down, picks up the next one, he wipes it down. You see 3 Vistanis. You recognize them as Vistani women. Sitting at a table, the 3 of them together. They glance up as you walk in, they check you out, and then they go back to their discussion.
Are these the same in that group, or are they different of that tribe?
You don't recognize them. They're dressed a little bit differently,
Thank you, Ken.
but you do recognize that they are of the Vistani people. But they're
Not of that same group.
their manner of dress and the way they look is quite different, which gives you the impression that they're probably not of that group, that they're separate from them.
Okay.
You also see a man sitting by himself drinking some wine at a table. And these are the only people that are currently in the tavern.
So the barkeep, the Vistani ladies, and
the
guy
dude.
drinking wine.
Dude.
drinking
The loner. As a fellow tavern owner, I go up to the tavern barkeep and I start asking him questions of the village or of the town to see what he knows and what he can tell us.
So, as you talk to him, he's wiping the glasses. He puts them up to the light, checks them, and he says, "Are you to buy wine? Do you want wine?"
Yeah. If that's all you have, yes, I will have a glass.
Wine is 1 copper piece per glass.
I have a copper
pitcher
piece.
is 1 silver.
I have a copper piece. I have a copper piece.
And after
Take
he
my copper.
says this, he goes back to cleaning the glasses.
Oh, this town's really all about money. Okay, I ask him.
Go ahead.
Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
And
So
then-
do it.
Before you say anything else, the man that is sitting at the table alone stands up and he walks over and he says, "Eric, I will take care. I have, let me get some wine for my friends. I can tell you are new here. My name is Ismark.
He's smart.
Please come, sit with me, enjoy some wine. Don't worry about paying for it. I'm taking care of it. You're my guests. Come, join me at my table. Let's have some wine. Let's talk."
Hello.
That is very much appreciated. Thank you, Ismar.
Use Mark as my token of
Before I
appreciation.
walked over to
Why does
Here's my
Ismar sound
mine.
familiar?
take a closer look at the bartender,
Okay?
I'm just gonna observe him for a
I
moment.
know.
And you watch him as he picks up glass, wipes the glass, checks it to the light, puts it down, goes to the next glass, wipes the glass. When he finishes with the last glass of his robe glasses, he goes to the first glass and again picks it up, starts wiping it again.
Okay, it sounds like OCD behavior.
Or zombie.
It's very strange that he's just.
Over and over and over again.
Do you smell
But
blood?
when
Do you
Eric,
smell blood on him? Does
when-
he have blood?
No.
What kind of blood does he have?
Wait,
Human?
he's
Oh,
human.
Yeah, I mean, he would be a tasty treat, but.
Okay.
His
Now,
blood
when
type is O
when
negative.
Ismark addressed him, he does respond to Ismark appropriately.
Yeah.
He pours a pitcher of
So I kind
wine.
of get close to him. I kind of approach the bar and just kind of look at him in the face.
He keeps wiping. After he's made, he looks at you and he goes, "Do you need more wine?" He goes back to cleaning his glasses.
He's under a spell of some form.
All right, so I'm gonna walk away from the bar and go join the rest of the party.
All right, so the 5 of you join this young man. He's a human, very well built, dressed rather appointedly. He doesn't look as drab as some of the other people that you've seen. He's got longer blonde hair. He's probably in his 30s. He isn't typically dour like the rest of the people that you've seen. There's more of a spark in him.
More lifeless, or
Yes.
less lifeless. Okay.
And he sits with you. Please, enjoy the wine, my friends. I can tell you are new here. How long have you been in Barovia?
Truthfully, we couldn't say. We arrived and one thing led to another, and we were trapped in a very startling, scary house for quite some time. Can't really tell you how many days we were in there. What would you say, a day or two? But
It feels like we've been here for less than a day, I would say.
we
Less than
haven't been
24
here.
hours.
We haven't. But all in all, we have not been here for very long, and we would like to know more about the area. And
Well,
You don't kiss your dog?
first of all,
Not him.
how did you come to be in Barovia?
His breath stank.
well, all of
Well,
us,
if
it
you want to know
seems,
a dog
came
that's breast stinks,
via
come to
different
my house.
ways. My friend and I, we were met with
I
the
did piss on
Vistani
my body.
people
Oh, yes, for this
I've
time.
always
outside
wanted
the
to
city
kiss
known
a
as
dog, but I don't
Daggerfall,
trust him unless it's mine.
if you've heard of such a land.
Okay, can
I
you go?
have not heard of this land.
Well, we were found, or
Okay,
we
I'll drop you.
made friends with them, and they were supposed to bring us here. But
Oh,
we
I'll put you
got
on.
separated from them and are trying to find them
mad
so
if
that
you
way
tell them to
we may speak with them.
Oh, okay, I was gonna pick him up
But
and
the
come
others, we don't know all their whole stories, but they've come in different ways. But everything all links to strangeness.
And you,
Pretty much the same story. A weird mist, and all of a sudden I find myself on the path in the middle of nowhere, and I'm no longer where I'm supposed to be.
you
We don't know.
do know where you are, correct?
We know the name of this place, but we don't recognize it, and
Welcome
Our
to
land.
apparently nobody knows where we're from either.
Amnesia.
Are you familiar with the Sword Coast?
No, I cannot.
A city called Neverwinter?
I'm from Netherwinter.
I know
Neverwinter.
Velaki, I know Kresh.
See, we don't know
All
those
these
places.
places sound unfamiliar to us.
Well, you do know you were in the village
Of
of
Barovia.
We do know that.
Oh, sorry, Kim.
It's you cannot leave Barovia once you are here. But you look like very strong adventurers, and I have a bit of a problem.
Well,
That-
luckily for you,
Maybe you can help me with. You see, I have a sister. And her name is Irina. I should introduce myself. I am Ismark. My father was the burgomaster here.
The Burgermeister Burger?
Yes.
Burgermeister. He makes burgers for a living.
My father is the burgomaster, was the burgomaster of the village of Barovia. Unfortunately, my father passed last night.
Well, I'm sorry for your loss.
Thank you. It's been very hard.
I can imagine.
I have a sister, Irina, and we are having a problem with her. Not with her. She's a very, very lovely young lady. But unfortunately, the lord of the land here has kind of taken a interest in her.
Are you talking about Strahd?
Yes, I am talking. You know of Strahd.
We know of him. We don't know him.
Strahd has
personally.
a thing for
He has
ears.
given us a gift after we left the
Oh,
haunted house.
Strahd unfortunately has attracted. Irina has attracted the attention of our lord.
Does he have romantic interest in her?
Yes. He does. It seems he desires her above all others. Irina is not interested, and Strahd has come to Irina twice now.
And twice he's been rejected?
You could say that.
A man can only take us so many rejections.
Who exactly is Strahd?
Ooh.
He is the lord here. What the hell is this sound? Why don't we? First of all, where do you have plans for where you are sleeping tonight?
As of right now, we don't have any plans.
Yeah, if you have
We
a
barely know
lodge.
where we are.
Then there is no inn at
No.
this town. Why don't you come with me?
To where?
To my manor, to the burgomaster mansion.
The Burgermeister?
Yes.
Burgermaster.
It's safe. We have it fortified. You can sleep there. You'll be safe. We will feed you.
We appreciate your
Generosity.
generosity. However, what is that you seek in return?
Well, for one thing, we can talk more in private
Of course.
without
Prying ears.
exactly.
What's up with the bartender? I've been sitting here watching him the entire time. He's doing the same thing over and over and over and over.
Is he just insane, perhaps?
Perhaps he has
He kinda
suffering some
leans
sort
over
of
to you.
form of brain damage.
And he says, Eric has no soul.
Did he say so?
Come again?
Did he say so?
No soul?
Eric has no soul. Not everybody who lives in Barovia has a soul.
The body cannot live without the soul. Now this man is still alive.
The body can still survive.
The heart's beating.
Yeah, he has heart. He's human, just like you.
Hey, is this coffee new or is it old?
That's old
Alright,
mango
I'm
stuff.
Make a new pot, Wolfa.
He's human. He's alive as you are.
How did his soul get taken?
He sold it.
How about move somewhere more private?
Yes.
Lead the way, we'll follow
Let's
you. We
go
have
to
many,
my
many questions.
house. We can talk.
I feel bad that you paid for our drinks. Is there anything we can do to help restore that pay or the price, like pay someone in?
Oh no, I'm the burgomaster now. It's on my house. So, come. We will go to my manor.
Are pets allowed since we have several pets along this journey?
I have. Do you allow owl bears?
Yes.
I promise he will not try to eat you.
It's a big house. We can accommodate. As long as you promise your
Before-
owl bear won't piss off.
Before we go to your house, do you
She
know
makes
anything?
a good bed.
Do you know anything about this
He just lays on
young
her.
lady named Gertrude?
Oh yes.
What do you know?
How much wood could
Gertrude is most likely dead. It's very sad. My mother is Mary.
Mary?
Mary. Her name is Mary. And Gertrude was her daughter. Gertrude had a bit of a fixation with the Lord Strahd, and she left about a week ago to try to go get Strahd's attention. So, sadly, we are pretty sure that Gertrude is no longer. Yes. Very sad. Mary is
Strahd ate him.
a nice.
She seemed like a nice lady from when we encountered her.
She's
But she's
very
still
distraught. She loves Gertrude very much.
Could we invite Mary to your?
Mary, she will not leave.
No.
We've those of us here in the village have tried to help Mary. Mary will not leave.
Okay. Oh shit, we should probably tell Mary the news about Gertrude.
He,
So she's well.
She probably might not
he
listen.
kind of, Ismark looks over his shoulder, and you see that the three Vistani women are kind of looking, trying to pay attention more of what's going on. So he says, "Come, let us leave here."
Yes.
And you walk out.
Since we're walking
Bottle
towards,
wine, yeah.
Yeah.
I have ventured into many lands, but I've never heard of a title such as yours. Could you, I'm guessing it is a leader of the town, but is that true? You know, an accurate description?
Let him out. Yes. I mean, of course, the land is. I'll let her finish. The entire land is ruled by Strahd. But each city has its leader, its
Governor. The governor.
governor.
Yeah,
Sounds like a good word. We govern.
We make burgers. I mean, I get it.
No burger.
What's a burger? What's
Is
a
your last name
burger?
McDonald?
What is this burger?
Oh, have you ever been to McDonald's?
Perhaps you've been
Is
to.
that a city?
No, it's a greatest fast food chain restaurant in the world.
Fast food.
McDonald's, if you're listening to this, please sponsor us.
I need free McRibs.
And Big Macs. Oh, also, if you're listening, please put McDonald's back on Holloman Air Force Base. Thank you.
And give me some free fries.
But yes, we the burger master
Please
governs the town. We help out the people who live here.
All right, Burgermeister.
What's
I
a
just
burger?
wanted to double check.
If you're helping people out, then why are most? I'm gonna ask you the hard-hitting questions. Why are most of your most of your buildings boarded up, looking like trash? Why is no one here? Where did everyone go?
There is not a lot of people here, and
Are we at your house now, or are we?
we're
Oh yeah.
We're walking.
Okay.
there is not a lot of people that live here. Many have left. Many have found.
New jobs.
No. They
Died.
didn't make Strahd happy. If
Hmm.
you catch my. Others have moved off to safer towns such as Velaki. He kind of turns and
Nice.
motions to the castle. We are directly under the eye of Strahd. He sees all. The mist clings here. It is not a happy area to be.
Is Strahd in charge of this mist? Did he put the mist in around this town?
I cannot say. The mist has always been here, but I will say that Strahd has always been here when the mist was here. I cannot tell you if one led to the other.
I think we should proceed to the gentleman's house before we get too far in depth with what we're talking about.
So you come to a little a mansion. You see it through a rust iron fence. It's weary looking. It looks like it has seen better days.
But it's a hell of a lot more welcoming than the shithole we just came from.
Yeah. The iron gates are twisted. They're torn. They're not going to keep anything off the property. The right gate lies cast aside while the left kind of swings lazily in the wind. The squeal and the clang of the gate as it swings back and forth just kind of repeats with mindless precision. As you look around, the yard is not, the upkeep on the yard hasn't been the best. Weeds choke the ground. Yet against the walls, near the walls of the house, you can see that the growth has been trampled down, as if something has been walking circles around the home. The outside walls of what was probably once a beautiful finish on this house, you see claw marks, or something has tried to get in. Black soot marks tell the tale of fires that have assaulted this house. Not a pane of glass or a shard of glass is in any of the windows. The windows are all bored with planks. Each one marked with stains of an evil omen.
Of an evil what?
Omen.
Omen.
You can tell something has tried assaulting this house.
Well,
Let Donna strike.
oh, great. You weren't kidding when you said that this was fortified.
And
Aye. We all laugh. Oh, sorry. I laugh. Can you code up there?
you can see where the grass has been trampled. You can see what appears to be prints of some sort in the dirt.
I ask, what was his name again?
Ismark.
That's Eastmark? Ask Eastmark, what keeps trying to get in? And
Dog.
what did you do to make something try to get in?
This, come inside. I will explain everything inside.
I walk inside with Eastmark.
So you go inside.
I walk into.
Ismark shuts the door and he sets the locks on it. And he tells you, he says, my friend, every night, for the last 2 nights, Strahd has sent zombies, ghouls, wolves to the house to try to...
Why the hell did you bring us here?
They are trying to get to Irina. They are watching Irina.
Is she in his house?
Yes. And
I just scanned
if you would like to meet her, I can call for her.
Oh yeah.
Or we can talk first and then I'll call her down.
I say we talk to you first before we bring Irina in. Or do we have any females in our party?
No, y'all are a big sausage,
The sausage party.
Oh God bless. I was gonna say if we had a female, I'd say
I mean,
send a
we
female
have
out to Irina.
I mean, we have Anna.
And the cat.
No, the animals are not.
Animals can't talk.
So
Well, unless-
you are inside the interior of the mansion. is well furnished. All the fixtures show age and gray wear. You know, noticeably the windows are boarded up. There are what appears to be holy symbols in every room that you can see. They're not exactly familiar, but they do resemble holy symbols that you've seen back in the Forgotten Realm. You see in a room off to the side, on the floor of what appears to be a drawing room, a simple wooden coffin surrounded by wilted flowers. There's a faint odor of decay.
Who's in the box?
He said his father died
That
a couple
is
days
my
ago.
Father, the previous master.
Oh, once again, we are very
Stank!
sorry.
No, I was kidding.
We are very sorry for the loss.
Thank you.
Can we look at the father, see if he has anything? Like
You want to grave rob this dude's dad right under his nose?
Nah, I'm kidding. What were we asking?
Did you help digging a fucking grave into this shit?
Oh,
Don't ask that shit. That's personal.
if it wouldn't be too much to ask, maybe tomorrow you can help me bring the coffin to the church.
For 10.
The father will take care of all the burial rites. We don't need to dig a grave.
We'd be more
We'll
than
definitely
happy.
help you.
Yeah,
But
we'd be more than happy to help you.
you said that Strahd sent zombies and other strange creatures to attack this house.
Werewolves and
There's no chance that your father may be reanimating inside his coffin.
No, my father is for sure. The whole situation with Irina and with Strahd sending his spies to patrol my father was too much for him to handle.
Okay.
Sadly, he passed from a heart attack last night.
why is okay? Yeah, so Strahd's attacking the house because of Irina.
Well, he sends his spies to keep watch on Anet.
And just her, or
He doesn't seem to have interest in anything else, just Irina.
how was your father prior to his passing? Was he healthy, or do you think
He's an old man.
you think Strahd had a play in it, like put a curse on him?
No, he clutched. He had an attack right in front of us. Irina has taken it very hard. She feels responsible.
Poor lass.
She's
Alright, continuing our discussion
yes.
from the bar, what can you tell us, now that we're private, what can you tell us about the town itself?
Oh,
And
yes.
about the or about Barovia itself? And about Strahd?
Well, he kind of looks down at his clock and he says, it is 8 right now. We'll talk, but for you to better understand what exactly is Barovia, it might mean for you. I suggest before midnight you go to the church. And there, a lot of answers will be given.
Alright.
Kenny just really likes you.
That's what he does all damn day.
Oh, so you're licking your legs?
As far as the city or the village, people are not happy here. It's a very unhappy place to live. You look around.
Right.
It's not nice.
Is this due to
Strahd or?
It's ridiculous.
Much of it. We
This
are
really
under
likes the salt.
Strahd's eye.
Yeah.
And being under Strahd's eye, we're also directly under
I'm
Strahd's
golden
thumb.
enough to do that after me and Dad worked out. Just let it
And
Yeah.
Strahd
He did it too. I'll come back for a run.
is not a very kind ruler. Strahd tends to get what he wants at whatever expense.
And he gets upset when he doesn't get his way.
We are mere pawns. If we get in his way, we are crushed like ant, like bug.
My question is, why have we crossed paths with him? Why are we even here? Can't be by coincidence that we just find ourselves in a strange land without any recollection of how we got here.
Again, there's something to see at the church.
Understood.
Strahd, you are not the first visitors to come to Barovia.
But you said that whoever visits Barovia doesn't ever leave.
That's correct.
So you're saying we're trapped here indefinitely?
It's a
There's
fair
a cat in that.
assumption. What you will see if you go to the church is those that came before you. But since you are here and you look like very able people, maybe you can help me to help Irina.
What do you want us to do?
I just need someone to bring her to Vallaki. Here, she is right under Strahd. Maybe if we bring her to Vallaki, which is bigger, safer,
Strahd will fall.
It'll be better for him.
he'll find someone else to fix his attention on.
Maybe Gertrude's mom. Mary.
Yeah.
Shit, Mary seems like she needs a stable person in her life. Let's. Can you bring Irina down
Yes.
so we can chat with her as well?
So, I will go get her. So, he goes upstairs, and a few minutes later, he returns with a young woman. Long auburn hair. Very, very pretty girl. And you can understand to some degree looking at her why Strahd might be interested. She's a very striking young woman.
I'm grinding my teeth. I'm sitting here grinding my teeth.
And as she approaches, she looks directly at you. And she kind of hesitates. But she is not cold or unfriendly. But she does know that there is something about you that makes her a little on guard.
Weird.
What about me? I'm just
And
a
she
big
comes in
fat
and she
feathery
says,
bastard.
My brother tells us we have guests. I am Irina. Welcome to the village.
Hello, Miss Irina.
Yes. Hello.
Hi.
We have been told, your brother has told us much about the danger you were under.
No, I know there is danger. My vision, my memory is somewhat blurry as to what exactly has happened. But he's very concerned. I understand he's concerned for me. She kind of just, she carries herself in such a way you can tell there's strength in her, but you can also tell that she's very reserved in what she says and how much she is willing to give away or to discuss.
Can we ask her what she's willing to tell us about Strahd?
And I can tell you that Strahd is the lord over our lands.
And he wants to tap that ass.
That's not me.
She kind of, as you say that, she kind of grabs.
I didn't really say that to her.
She grabs
Gets all pissed off at you.
towards her neck, kind of rubs it unconsciously, and you can tell that.
This is getting way too serious. Right? I inject a little bit of humor.
I could tell you that he has come to me, and it's very fuzzy,
You want some coffee?
but
Oh, yes, sir.
I really
Do you have a cup?
remember.
So
So
the answer to that would be
Ma'am,
to
what's
give you a cup of
wrong
milk.
with your neck?
Hold up. Like,
The
It
vampire.
looks like drugs.
she kind of hesitates, and he smart says, "That treacherous piece of shit has bit her twice."
And I'm sitting there going,
Should have been me, should have been me. Can I see your bite
I can
marks?
smell her blood through the wound on her neck. It is driving me insane.
She pulls the cowl of her neck down, and she brushes her hair away. And you can see 2 puncture marks.
Like a vampire.
I'm just staring at those puncture marks going,
I mean, we
Can
kinda,
I have a
did
bite?
we already know that
yeah.
Strahd was a vampire?
You already got
No,
one. Just
you
use the
don't
same bullet
know
and you're
yet.
good, right?
But
I mean, we do now.
We're
You
assuming.
can also, you can definitely tell I'm uncomfortable right now. So I can
Velcar,
smell
would
the
you-
blood in her neck.
Velcar, would you like to go outside and take a breather, dear?
I think that'd be good for him.
To make sure Dad doesn't try to kill this one.
You don't understand why I'm so uncomfortable. You just know that.
It just, I just look at you and see that you're like looking like you're sick. But do you need to go outside and get some fresh air?
Irina is keeping a close eye on it.
Yes. I'm going to get up and step outside for a moment. Just for a moment to catch a breather.
Right now?
She kind of looks at you. And
Oh
she
shit,
says,
yeah. Sorry.
Not for real though.
Yeah, sorry.
You might want to do that.
I kind of glance at her and I can tell she knows. And she would know because she's obviously had close encounters with another vampire.
She must be a vampire. Once you get bit, you're a vampire.
I mean, she tells you though, as you start walking out, she says, "Do be careful. Strahd has sent his wolves almost every night."
I'm just going to be right outside the fucking door.
Okay.
Oh, you're not going outside? I was gonna follow you if you were going outside just for.
No, I'm going to
for
go
your
outside, but I'm
safety.
just going to walk out the front door and stand on the porch right near the door.
Just to get some fresh air.
I'm not going to walk like down the street and get mauled by a pack of wolves.
Hey, yo.
It may be fairly quiet after my father died. There was nothing. They left, and there hasn't been anything tonight.
Alright, so me and you are going out to the front.
Yeah, just to make sure you're safe. So, because I
Yeah.
don't want you to be by yourself
Okay,
if
so-
there's potential damage or.
While
danger.
they're inside talking
To
to
Irene.
her, we're going to be outside. I'm going to catch my breath, obviously, but we're also going to take a look at some of the things around the house.
The damage and
Yeah.
the pathway, the
That
paw
type of
prints,
stuff.
and
All right. Give me a
Yeah, I'll let you have this
a
one.
perception.
oh, 15. Oh, my perception. Where's that?
It's going to be on this list here, so where the hell is it?
right there. +4.
Yep. So roll a d20 and add 4 to that.
A D20.
And I believe mine is the same, so I'll go ahead.
I have 14.
Okay.
I'm going to roll for my perception, and we're gonna have same thing actually.
Really?
Okay, so, you notice that the footprints that circle around the house are, you notice wolf prints. Being a ranger, you recognize fairly large tracks of a wolf.
Mm-hmm.
You also notice some footprints.
I
Velcar, you look at them and you recognize them to be footprints of ghouls.
Copy them.
Copy that.
You know that from your previous encounters.
Ghouls and wolves are on this
Yes.
property, Velcar.
You also,
Stay frosty.
Oh,
as
Stay golden, pony boy.
as you look around and you're just glancing around, you do notice that there are bats that seem to hang from trees. You see about 4 or 5 of them, but unlike regular bats hanging from a tree, these seem to be watching.
And I watch back.
Who needs blackbirds when you've got bats?
My cat sits on my neck. She looks up at the bats.
Thank you for the
Starts
kiss.
licking her chops.
Bad.
What are y'all doing while y'all
No,
are
because
inside
that's how we
Irina
get
and
corona.
Isma?
Velcar, we don't want that.
I'm gonna.
Fucking bats.
Alright, I wanna start
Didn't you
talking
learn
to
anything
Irina
from
and be
last
like,
year?
hey, your brother has asked us
It would
to
affect everybody.
escort you from here and
Even
to
if they're
the
inside,
lot.
it still affects somehow.
Would you be willing to come with us? We would not let. We wouldn't want to put you in any sort of.
I am definitely willing to go, but not until my father has been buried.
We've already agreed that we will help your brother carry your father to the church tomorrow in the morning.
Yes. After the funeral, I will be happy to travel and get out of here.
And we swear that we will do our utmost to protect you.
Okay.
What's up?
Ask her if she's armored.
What?
Ask her if we need to give her any armor or anything like that.
That was
I
the
don't
cat
think, I don't
wanting
think
to
we
stop
have any
with that.
armor to be honest, to give her anyway.
I think I have another long sword.
Hi, Kenny. Since we're here and you guys obviously know the land a lot better than we do,
Yes.
me and my friends here, we were brought here by the Vistani people,
Yes.
and they were telling us about a Madame Eva. Do you know where we might find her?
Yes. Actually, I can show you the way as we
Do
make
you
our
know
way
the way?
to Valaki.
So she's in that area.
She is.
All right.
Now, Madame Eva is a very intelligent woman. She knows a lot. I will warn you that the Vistani work for Strahd. Yes.
They did tell us that they're the only ones who can come and go from these lands.
Yes, they are they're servants of Strahd. That is not to say that you shouldn't go. Madame Eva is good. But the Vistani, anything that you tell them, anything that they learn from you,
Will be sent.
Strahd will know.
Understood.
As Velcar and I are outside, we look at the claw marks.
Yes. Hey, give me
What do we see?
They appear, some of them appear to be wolf, as if the wolf just, put its paws up and scraped. Others appear to be more humanoid, as if somebody was clawing to get into the building.
Flying humanoid.
Okay, so
Velcar, do you see anything wrong with these bats, minus that they're watching every move?
Other than they're watching us, I can't detect anything unusual about them, other than that they are staring us down. That makes me a little unnerved.
And as a man of the animals, I see no problem, minus the whole watchful eye.
okay, you could always catch a couple of them and we
Remember,
could make
we're
some
in a
bat
strange
moves too.
land with strange creatures. For all we know, these could be agents of Strahd or whoever.
Well, let's shoot one and see what happens.
Murder hobo.
No, I mean, like, if we shoot one and then something happens, then we know that they are
Be my guest.
of bad folk.
Try to shoot one.
I try to shoot one of the bats that we see hanging up, so I can get a closer look at it.
Roll me a
Dexterity?
dexterity check. Yeah, that'll work.
What die is that?
It's gonna be a
D20.
D20. You're gonna add your
Oh,
dexterity.
D20.
Every time you're doing a skill check, it's always a d20.
Your dexterity is +3, so.
I got an 18 plus. Oh. Yeah, it's an 18 plus 3, so I got 21.
So you shoot one of the bats. The arrow strikes it. It falls to the ground dead. It appears, as you peer at it, it appears to be a normal bat. There's nothing unusual. It's dead.
Okay.
It appears to be the same as bats you've encountered in the past. However, the other bats do not go anywhere. They just watch you.
You would think that if you shoot one animal,
It's an interesting observation.
the one would disappear.
Bat winks too.
So, as y'all are sitting out there, Ismark comes out and he kind of tells you, he says, the church is just up the rise. I can bring you up there, or if you want, you can go alone. But there is definitely something you must see.
You said we need to be there before midnight. What time is it now?
Oh yeah, we've been talking for a minute.
This is D&D time.
No, yeah, and I'm saying we've been talking for a minute. D&D. Wow.
Right now it's probably about 11:15.
We should probably
Let me
get
check my
there.
watch here. Yeah, I better get on moving now.
Should we pack some snacks while we're? How long is this hike?
It's about 10 miles up there.
you bring the wine, sir.
Back in my day, we walked 15 miles in the snow.
Just to get to school up a hill.
Wait, it's time.
Anyway, I guess we'll go ahead and go to the church then, and then we'll come back and.
So y'all are gonna go too?
Are we gonna?
Oh, well,
we should bring Irina if we're gonna bury her father, so she can. have
Oh,
the
we're
last
doing
word.
that in the
That's
morning.
in the
Oh, that's in the morning.
At dawn.
Oh, okay. That's not the midnight thing.
I advise we don't, maybe carry a corpse to the.
No, especially at midnight. No.
Ismark tells you though, do stay on the streets. Do not venture. It is not safe to venture beyond the streets. In the churchyard, don't go into the forest.
Ismark is joining us, right?
I can go with you if you wish.
Well,
Yeah,
Due to,
Especially since we
due to
don't know
the
where
fact
we're
that you know where everything is and the rules, I'd feel more comfortable with you accompanying us.
All right, who all's going?
I can stay with Irina if that's what we need
Alright.
to stay.
Halo, are you staying with Irina or are you going to the church?
Sure.
I'll stay with Irene.
Okay.
Or we'll
So,
just say we don't
Halo,
I'll talk to Irene.
Kodiak, and Velcar follow Ismark to the church.
The church.
And it's dark. The church
Oh
itself.
shit, it's dark everywhere here.
The church itself is lit from inside. You see some light coming in. Ismark tells you that's where Father Donovich is. But you'll see him. He will not open the church tonight. It's not safe for him. But he will open the church tomorrow.
It's not safe for him.
Why are we here?
Yeah, I was gonna say if it's not safe for him, then
Well, it's the church.
So you have something to show us
Yes.
outside the church.
Yes, he brings you through the gate into
be great.
the graveyard.
Oh fuck no.
There's an iron fence that goes around it. And you see the gravestones. There's probably about 100 or so gravestones. And Ismark tells you that, these are where people of the village are buried.
Makes sense. Why are we here though?
Oh, Con and
So, at midnight, the bell starts to ring. And an eerie green light suffuses in the graveyard.
Oh, buddy.
From this light emerges a ghostly procession.
Gertrude?
Wavering images of dowdy women toting great swords. Wood-wise men with slender bows. Dwarves with glittering axes. And archaical dressed mages. And wizards with beards and strange pointy hats. All these and more march forth from the graveyard, their numbers growing by the second.
This place is cursed.
Ismark kind of whispers to you, says, every night these ghostly adventurers attempt to complete their quest. Each night they fail. Each
Attempt-
night they try again.
Attempt to what?
Their quest.
What is their quest?
These are adventurers that came through the mist, much like you.
Our fate
We're gonna
we're
die.
seeing.
We're gonna die.
Can we talk to them?
We can't interact with them anyway.
You can try.
Throw a rock.
What's up with you and rocks?
You pick up a rock.
It's a distance thing. If you throw it close to us, but not where it's gonna hit them, so they go, whoa, what was that noise?
You pick up a rock and you toss it towards probably the biggest barbarian
Of course.
that you have ever seen.
That'd be my
He
thought.
makes Pimperwimple back at the mercantile look small. It hits the ground, it slides, and you see it pass through where his feet are. He does not acknowledge it, and you can tell that he is not solid.
Where are they going?
Do you want to follow them?
If it doesn't, yeah, because it's like if they do this all the time.
You can either follow him or you can ask Ismark.
Well, I'll ask this one first,
Okay.
and then maybe depending on his answer.
Ismark says every night they march from the chapel. They go up to the castle, to Ravenloft, hoping to go and defeat Strahd. They never do. They get there, and they throw themselves down a shaft in the crypts, and they disappear. And then the next night they do it again.
never ending cycle.
Doomed to repeat. This never-ending cycle of death.
And as you watch, there's hundreds of them. And they go marching down the road, past the tavern, and you see them turn, heading towards the direction of the castle.
The crypts must be where they had their final landing. Or well, they're not buried there because they're coming out of the graveyard.
I will say.
I will tell you, they're not buried here. They're not in the graveyard, but this is where they originate every night.
I take a picture with my
With your cell
with my
phone?
old timey camera. No. Interesting, Escal. I mean, sorry, Escal.
Would not be wise to
Not
travel to Castle Ravenloft, just us.
Not at midnight. Maybe once we see what happens in the morning and get more information. I'd say we head back to the guy's house, take a nap, wake up, bury the dad.
Yes, I have beds.
If that works with because the chapel doesn't open up until the morning.
Yes,
So we can't
Father
really-
Donovich won't be able to accommodate us until.
And we won't be able to ask him questions, no? Or would he come outside the?
Yes, you can move to
Would he come outside the chapel?
right now.
That's the
Right now?
No, the church is on.
It was so quiet until Dad did that.
Yeah, I'd say we saw
I
what.
say I've traveled near and far through all the regions of Pharaoh, and I've never seen anything like this before. And I've never been shaken up by anything like this before.
Ooh, we should ask him if he knows the guy's names. Like, have these ghosts come across your path prior to their end, or are we your first visitors or travelers?
You're the first that I have encountered.
Well, that's a good. At least he doesn't have a record.
Where am I saved? So you head back to the burgomaster's home. I don't know why there's not music for this one.
Because
Yes.
What the hell was that for?
And
The
Ismark sets you up. There's 2 rooms. He actually gives you one of his rooms, as well as the guest room. He'll sleep downstairs tonight.
How many beds are in this room? We're gonna have to bunk.
I'm going to.
Each bed has each room has 2 beds.
Gold.
One thing to keep in mind, you're an elf.
Oh yeah.
Elves don't sleep, they trance.
Okay, yeah.
What's train?
I'm going to
Basically, just
And Halo does not sleep.
find a chair and settle
Eat.
into that.
Alright.
well, you can take my bed since I don't need it. I'll take the chair.
I don't sleep in beds.
Oh.
You sleep in coffin.
I can just
Alright.
stand like this.
So y'all lay down to go to sleep. Who has eaten the pies?
I've eaten a pie.
Thixian and Ava.
Alright, so you two, Halo doesn't eat, so you're good.
I have not eaten my pie.
I still have mine.
Alright,
Or
so
had mine.
Wait, does the pie keep us up? Is
No.
it like caffeine?
as you drift off to sleep,
You don't wake up.
Game over, motherfucker.
You
Hallucinate.
find yourself
Kenny.
in the most pleasant of
Kenny.
dreams.
Kenny.
You feel warmth and safety. You find yourself in your dream in a tavern performing, and everybody is enjoying your music. The tips of gold clink into your cup in front of you. The barmaid brings you plenty of drink to
job
keep
there.
you well placid and wined. Anet, you find yourself running through a beautiful forest. The sun sparkles down through the trees, the leaves of the trees, creating a gorgeous pattern onto the ground. As you find yourself chasing after a large white stag, the kill that you have been searching for a very long time. After 8 hours, you wake up, you feel very refreshed. You are happy. The dream was very pleasant for you.
So the pie gave us.
Pleasant dreams.
Or future.
Warm feelings. A euphoric
And-
sensation.
Just so you know,
And
the
so
pies are 4 servings each, so you are both down to 3.
Okay.
So, you wake up,
Oh.
huh?
So no, I was just expecting to be just
You would, motherfucker.
You
You-
would.
You awake to find, it was just before dawn.
I squeaked.
You've been in a chair, right?
I've been sitting in a chair for the entire night. Grandma's sitting in my lap. I have my eyes closed and I'm sitting upright and I'm just in tune with the sounds and sensations around me. But I'm not asleep, I'm still conscious.
The
Alright.
flowing of blood.
So, you, as the filtered light, because Barovia does not have actual sunlight, it's always gray. But as the gray light begins to rise, you have been in Ismark's room, which is upstairs. You see a crack in the boards of the window. And as you look out, movement kind of catches your attention. You walk over to the crack and you put your eye up to it and you glance out and you see hundreds of bats are now in the trees.
Kill that one bat.
Look what you did, you little jerk! No.
They stare.
I'm transcending.
Almost.
I don't know why you're yelling at me.
They stare almost as if they know that you were there. They are watching the house.
Right.
And with a cacophony of squeaks and the rising of leathery wings, they lift up out of the trees, and in one big cloud, they head off towards the castle direction.
Until we meet again, Strahd.
They come back and say, what? Yeah, I made an enemy now because I killed his bats. Well, if you're a vampire,
He is like 0.0001% weaker now. Had you killed that one bat?
I'm going places. Yo, what if Strahd's what if Strahd's all bats? All in one big bat.
Maybe.
A major bat. And that's how he keeps it. Because he's honest, because he's obsessed with
Yeah.
Irina. So he's just
The bats could be strong himself. He might have the ability to turn into a bat or a bat swarm, or it could just be his minions like spying on us. He's able to see through their
like
eyes.
a carrier pigeon.
He's Batman.
What do they call it when you can see through an animal's eyes? Warp. Yeah.
Orc.
Oh, look at that beautiful smile.
Aw, you look at you. Kenny, I called you over here and you kept on looking at your dad's hands.
Because that's all he does.
Alright, what
Rude.
do y'all do?
I wake up from my transcendence.
Keep sleeping.
Wake up, get some coffee,
Yeah.
start off the day.
I warn you now, since you guys haven't been traveling with him. Anet is a cranky
It's
bastard.
time for
if he doesn't
Thixian to
have
put on his
coffee.
makeup.
Well, I take a 2-hour shower.
Sir, man, do you
Okay.
have some coffee
But he does
for
not
us?
have coffee. If he doesn't
Yes.
have coffee, you all die.
So you come downstairs and there is a pot of coffee, there's some wine, and there is something that somewhat resembles a breakfast. It's meager, but it's enough there
Start the
to
day.
feed you.
I will
Oatmeal muffins.
pour
Alright.
me a cup of
Pours
coffee
me a
and
cup of
grab
coffee.
a few little bits of food here and there.
Alright,
I will eat
I
it,
got my coffee
but I will
and my
not be
food.
happy.
Is smart.
Excuse me.
Says we must have my father to Father Donovich as at sunrise. Are y'all ready?
Hell
I'm
yeah,
ready to
bro.
rock and roll,
Let's
pick-
mofo.
Let's
You
pick it
know
up.
that he has sealed. He has put the top over the coffin.
And now he puts a top?
You mean the top wasn't on the coffin the whole night?
No, I told you you could see the old fart in the coffin.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Fuck, we almost died, but some old man.
Sleeping in the same house as the dead dude just chilling downstairs.
Yeah, you were in his room. I don't know how you feel about that.
No, we all were in his Mark's room.
I was awake all night, so I heard everything happening in the house. If he would have rose out of that casket, I would have flown down there and slipped and chopped his head off. Gross.
So,
But then he would have tried to kill you with his head off.
following your breakfast, you
I sneak up on a beautiful black bunny sitting on the wall.
Get that
Black Bunny, here's that.
I'm gonna get that bunny.
You lift the coffin and you follow Irina.
No. We lift the coffin and we go.
I'm just following behind, playing it on my new.
Carrots cracking up down there.
Holy Spirit.
Coffin dance.
I'm not the strong one, so I'm just following behind, playing on my new.
Irina and Mark are wondering what
The
the
hell is
hell.
going on?
This is
Do we
in
really
our
want
land.
that
This
to
is
be
a
cared by
dirge.
So,
Alright, so we're making our way with the casket.
Making our way
I-
downtown.
you
to the
couldn't
chapel.
see a whole lot last night.
To the
As it
chapel.
was dark. Atop a slight rise against the roots of a pillar stone that supports the castle stands a gray, sagging edifice of stone and wood. The church has obviously weathered the assault of evil for centuries. And is on end, it is worn. And is a bell tower rises towards the back, and flickering light shines through holes in the shingled roof.
Guys, listen.
You can almost imagine the rafters straining feebly against the load of the roof.
I can feel the vibration of the building under my feet.
Yeah. Alright, so as you approach the church, or you see a man
Can you
Are
busy
met
with the rabbit? Get over.
in the churchyard by a
Father
man.
Father Don.
He's dressed in visuals.
Jean?
And as you walk up to him, Ismark says, Father Donovich, we have come. And Father Donovich looks you over, and he says, "Oh, he's smart.
I look over and I see Dad.
Who is in the casket? Please, it's not Irina, right?"
No, sir.
He doesn't see Irina
It's
in the
a-
back.
It's a you.
He's smart. No, Father Donovich. It's my father.
It's you.
Donovich looks and he shakes his head. I am so sorry, he's smart. Let us get things prepared and we will do the funeral. Luckily there is already some graves dug, as if they keep graves prepared.
People must die a lot here, huh?
Father Don, what the fuck are you running around here?
I mean, you could probably benefit from a crematorium, but you know, just saying.
And
Does anyone have ghosts going on Father Don?
so
Or do
you
kiss?
gather around a grave, you gently lower the casket into the grave. Before we begin,
Should slip him.
we will give the last rites
You step on his tail?
of the morning
Yeah,
wood.
just look.
Can you when you pretend you could poo?
I don't expect you to participate, but it seems that you have brought great comfort to the two remaining of his line.
Alright, I'll take off my hat. Place it over my heart.
And he continues. It is dusk and the darkness moves in. The evening ritual must be said to ward off evil. I will recite the 8 tenets of faith. Watch each sunrise, for it is a gift. Always aid. Strive always to aid, to foster new hope, new ideas, and new prosperities for all kind and its allies. Nurture life. It is a sacred duty to foster new growth. Nurture gross things, and work to rebuild and renewal. Protect yourself. Be fertile in mind and in body. Bring hope. Wherever you go, plant a seed of hope. New ideas and plan for a rosy future in the mind's ball. Think ahead. Consider the consequences of your action so that at least your effort may bring the greatest and best rewards. Avoid negativity. From the death comes life, and there is always another morning to turn a setback into a success. Rules are secondary. Place more importance in activities that help others in strict adherence to the rules, rituals, and the dictates of your seniors. The shadows grow longer. What must be done second? But as the service goes on, before Father Donovich can continue the ritual, a thunderclap echoes and is heard rolling across the land.
Someone's cheeks clap.
And the sky darkened. Lightning flashes, but only for a
Why is he
moment.
growling at you?
And you hear a horse's whine and a carriage wheel. And the horse's hoofbeats crunching on gravel. Everyone freezes, and you all begin to look at each other. Another guest has arrived. Donovich continues to mutter the next part of the prayer, taking no notice of the inclement weather or the new funeral attendee who's now approaching. There's another thunderclap. The 30 feet back or so from the church, a black carriage pulls up, pulled by a pair of black stallions, massive, gorgeous Clydesdale horses. Their manes pulled back, braided, and knotted in formal arrangements. They wear heavy leather, decorated barding around their chests. They stop just short of the cemetery gate. The large black carriage with faint gold filigree coming to a stop, its wheels crunching the gravel beneath it. They stamp furiously, knowing their task is not complete. The carriage, though decorative, seems pretty utilitarian in design. The decoration to only offer an indication of station. It's very sharp and clean, with fleur-de-lis carvings. Tips pointing towards the earth are hanging off the small top of the carriage. A figure sits atop the coach seat, which is framed by two dimly lit hidden lanterns. A heavy black coat drawn around his head, obscuring his features as he just looks ahead.
Rod, is that you?
They tie down the reins of the two behemoth horses to the seat, and he slithers down with inhuman grace off the coach seat and to the door of the cabin of the carriage. Flipping down a set of brass steps, the living specter of this coach driver pulls a latch to the carriage door, bowing as he steps aside. A heavy black boot finds its way onto the step, and for a moment you swear fog starts to crawl up the steps. Quickly, however, the fog cowers away from the footfall as the figure within the carriage emerges and descends the steps into the church's graveyard. At each edge of this bone orchard, the dark figure strides toward the cemetery gate with tiger-like ease. In the iron-like confidence, with something cradled in their arms, the heavy fog that blankets the ground swirling like little eddies in a river with each footfall.
Crunch, crunch, crunch.
Velcar, just at the edge of your perception, a sharp intake of breath you catch from Irina as she breathes in. And Ismark shifts his weight and straightens. The latch on his scabbard, which holds his great sword, see that he has lifted.
Yeah.
Donovich's whispered prayers cease. Nothing but silence and fog hangs in this moment, and you can hear your heartbeat in your ears. Time seems to slow down
I don't have a heartbeat.
as the figure from the carriage reaches the gate and pauses a moment more. Father Donovich, would you be so kind as to come down here, open the gate for me? And he extends his free hand up into the air, almost in a half wave, as if to snag his attention. Father Donovich goes, glassy-eyed for a moment, and takes one hesitant step forward towards the gate. He shakes his head as if he's trying to clear a suggestion in his mind. And then he begins to waddle towards the gate, each step becoming more confident. You can hear his voice growing more fainter as he begins to make his way to the gate. Of course, my lord, I apologize for not having the gate open for your attendance. He reaches the gate, he unlatches it. It screeches open on its rusty hinges. The figure politely pauses and then looks expectantly at Donovich. And just barely in your perception, you hear whispered, "Please, my count, come in." "Thank you, Father. Your service, as always, is welcome light in this land." They step through the gates, the fog spilling in behind them. Just beyond the threshold of the gate, the figure reaches out and rests a free hand on the large holy symbol of the Morning Lord on Father Donovich's chest.
What is it?
Oh, the
What?
avalanche.
What's the score?
And he bows his head and takes a moment,
Well, the Krakens are
awaiting a
wonderful.
blessing from Donovich. Donovich does not move. Anet, you've read about this in the past. You know this gesture is kind of antiquated and traditional in ceremonies. The Lord of Land meeting the head of the church at an equal level, recognizing the power of both of them. No blessing is given, however, and after a moment the figure lifts his head, turns back towards your group, and currently the exposed grave of Polyana Idronovich, the former burgomaster of Barovia.
Who makes burgers for me?
And he begins to walk towards you,
Me.
towards all of you.
I'm just gonna very gently just kind of nudge Irina behind me.
I'm gonna get Alva and I'm just gonna kinda.
You can't pick up a bear.
The first
can't
thing
miss one.
you notice about this figure is his militaristic grace. Sensual but rough, overwhelmingly powerful way that he strides to you like a panther in its domain. Gliding gracefully between the tombstones and up the roughshod trail in this tall, imposing figure. His head is held high, and the bearing is distinctly regal. About 15 feet or so, the visage becomes quite clear. His hair is pitch black. Touched at the temple, it's starting to turn gray. His skin is pale, even paler than the now blanched Ismark. His eyes are almost inky pools of black amidst a white sea. The brown so dark you almost lose the pupil. Alert, ever assessing, constantly calculating. The eyes barely shift to Irina, and then he glances to each of you. His lips are tight, showing no teeth. His features are sharp, angular, and every move he makes is pure liquid. No stiffness, everything deliberate, and rippling with restraint and potential power. His clothes are of an older make, deep burgundy and black clothes and leather with accents of gold thread and brass buttons, a high military style collar, heavy black boots, and a heavier black cloak. Trimming the cloak and across his shoulders is a black and gray heavy mink fur. Across his chest is a large oval ruby, set in a gold back with a heavy gold chain around his neck.
He's got some bling.
No apparent weapons can be seen on him whatsoever. Cradled in his arms is a large bouquet of white lilies. But from where the pistils erupt, a blood-red starburst pushes towards the tips. As he strides past you to the exposed grave, you can smell them from here. Perfume is exquisite, unlike anything you have seen or smelled here or outside of Barovia.
Smells pretty good.
What are those?
He leans down over the grave, resting the flowers atop the coffin. And as he does, he plucks one from the bouquet, the largest and most beautiful of the bunch, and he turns deliberately to Irina. Please forgive my tardiness, for I had not been informed that my burgomaster had passed. Otherwise, I would have helped return him to the land myself. Please accept this small token in an attempt to woo for your forgiveness, my beloved Irina.
I just look at him with curiosity and respect.
And he bows, extends the flower towards her, evoking an image of ancient chivalry.
It's right there.
Quite tentatively,
Oh, she's under.
she reaches out her hand to take this lily, glancing about furtively to the rest of you, caught between fear and courtly politeness. The politeness wins out. It's okay, my lord. We are about to conclude the service. And she gestures for Father Donovan, who has now made it back down the hill. I wish not to inconvenience you, my elder. Velcar, you catch the faint tightness of his lips when she calls him elder. Then, my beloved Irina, may I? And he straightens to his full height. And before he can receive a response, he turns to face the coffin, bows his head, and he begins. Farewell, illuminated one, until we meet again. We carry the sun in our hearts until then. Give us the strength to carry on until the next dawn. We greet you, ally of the Moon Maiden. Her silver light guides us until then. There is always another dawn. Farewell, precious sun. Strahd takes a moment, squats by the grave, grabs a handful of the dirt, and he scatters it over the top of the lilies. He turns, and he begins to walk off. But as he does, his eyes leave Irina, only for a brief moment. He looks directly at you, Velcar.
Aw, no interest for fluffy owls, man.
He makes contact. He turns. He gets back on into the wagon, or into the thing, and he leaves.
He's respectful at least.
And as the horses pull the carriage off into the distance, you feel the audible sigh as just tons of weight comes off of Irina, and she crumbles to the ground.
What, did she die?
No, she's just
She's exhausted.
Breathe.
I mean,
more or less.
No. Yes. Get mine then.
No.
More or less.
And you have just had your first Strahd encounter.
Yeah.
At least he's very polite.
Of course he is.
that's what a vampire is.
Until they decide.
I mean, I know you can't be friends with him, but I still kind of like respect him.
He's supposed to be
He's a really,
charismatic and very.
I know he's a very cool character. Like,
He's like Bill Cipher. He's the
And
type
I saw
that you hate, but you also love at
the
the
horror.
same time.
you love to hate.
Well, you knew that he was going to notice you.
But
Oh,
no
yeah,
interest.
definitely
But no interest for Fluffy.
Well, we gotta ask the
Who's the vampire?
I know, but
Dhampire.
he must at least have a thing for fluffy animals. Fluffy animals are
He
very
probably
cute.
would rather eat you.
We gotta ask
Yeah.
Father Don what the hell was up with the J's that he had.
The what?
And what I
Gaze
meant
as
by
he's
that, I
walking.
mean
If you notice, he only pays attention to two people.
Father,
Irene and
And Velcar.
Irene's a fucking vampire. I'm telling you, dude. She got the bite marks. She's
All right.
Scott.
Are we level 4 now yet?
He's obviously
Huh?
Level 4
got the
yet?
hots for.
No, you're not level 4 yet.
Yeah.
close to being done.
Alright, so what do y'all do? You got another.
Everybody's, you know,
I think we're all at awe.
all of us are kind of like awestruck right now.
So I'm guessing that was Strahd?
That must have been
In
strong.
character.
Is Smart response to you?
Yes.
Yes. That was Lord's right.
He's very intimidating.
Why the white flower with the red pistol?
I kind of want the flowers. They're so pretty.
I don't understand flowers.
He wanted to pay his respect.
Was it your father's favorite flower?
No. I
Yeah.
yeah.
Stop.
He's
No,
very
my father wasn't one for
flowers. So at least he's very intimidating. At least.
that must be a flower that is on Strahd's property. Flowers aren't very common here.
Yeah.
At least not anything of that.
Quality.
Yes.
That variety.
We find wildflowers in the forest. But
Did he acknowledge anyone else?
Strahd? No.
Just you and Irina. Well, last. I'm just gonna be sitting
He
here.
only spoke to Irina. He didn't speak to you.
No, just looked at.
I'm gonna sit there and just kind of rub the stiffness out of poor Irina's back. I know she's like freaking the fuck out.
And I'm just gonna kinda process what I just saw. I'm just like,
I got to make eye contact. I'm the chosen one.
Are you
No, but I
congrats.
looked into his eyes.
Are you awestruck, Velcar?
No. Actually, quite the opposite.
Congratulations, Velcar. You just made yourself a brand new friend. Consider yourselves besties.
So the father was enchanted by Velcar's presence. And
Yeah.
the father couldn't do anything.
Not by my presence, by Strahd.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, sorry.
No, Father Donovich he's talking about.
Yeah, Father Donovich was enchanted
Enamored
by
by
Velcar's. Strahd's presence.
I mean, vampires are supposedly have the ability to like
Glamour.
glamour or charm.
All they have to do is just look at your eyes. and, like,
Speaking of which, I think I'm immune to charming. So. Dang, let me double check. I think I have immunity to charm.
You can.
Everybody's
You
kind of
cannot
standing
charm
around
me.
and kind of feeling the weight of the moment here.
Yeah.
I'm deeply troubled within me.
Yeah, how do you feel, Velcar? With them just staring at you like that?
All I can say is
Bless
that
you.
I saw more darkness in that man's eyes than anyone else I've ever encountered.
Irina lifts herself up off the ground and she says, "Please excuse me. I'm gonna go sit inside the church."
Oh,
Do you want some
poor
more
Irina.
glass?
she fucking fell on the ground and no one even came over to help her up.
I was,
I totally forgot she fell over.
I was sitting there helping her.
I was just watching her falling
You said-
over.
Just like
Do
that.
you want anyone to go with you, Les?
Just give me a few. You can join me shortly.
I'll come too. I wanna.
No, she
Not
needs
to
time
be
alone.
morbid or anything, but I'm gonna walk over to the open
Casket.
and I'm gonna examine one of these flowers up close.
They are lilies. They are very nice lilies. They are a variety that
Like
you've
it.
never
Almost
seen before.
Take them home with you.
They have these blood red centers that come out. Looks like blood on a white background.
Pretty.
Did we learn how old Strahd is?
It's old.
Ancient.
We don't know that, but
We don't. Okay. I didn't know if there was a play in that or not.
So as a Dhampire, would you recognize him as not a vampire or vice versa?
Yeah.
Okay. Just wondering.
I know. We already know what he
Well,
is anyway.
we do now. I was
Based on him needing to be at.
I mean, as soon as we saw the bite marks on her neck and everything, like.
Yeah, I was just asking in general.
Him
Like,
asking
would a vampire be able to
come in.
recognize someone?
And I understand that he also recognized that I'm half vampire as well.
Right.
Is that you acting in character, or is
No.
that okay? Because I don't think we know that.
But
you
I'm not bringing that up to anybody. I'm just kind of keeping that to myself right now.
right?
I understand why he acknowledged me. You guys probably don't.
Right.
I'm
just
pretend.
gonna
Well,
what I do.
I will ask you, why did he only stare at you while he
I'm
left?
gonna connect the dots.
I do not know.
You are a vampire, young man.
Well, let's just leave it at that. If he wants to tell us, he can tell us when he wants to tell us.
And then I would also like to ask Father Don,
This is
what's up with him just going in a haze, walking towards
What you doing, man?
towards Strahd as he
I
presented himself.
We
cannot answer that. Strahd has that effect on people. You can tell that he's shaken from the experience.
I'm guessing it's not very often that Strahd comes to visit you, huh, Father?
Strahd and I are not on good terms.
Understandable.
Father, last night we were here. We saw ghosts. I know this is totally different from what Strahd did, but what was up with that? Have you seen those? How often have you seen those? And what are they?
Sorry.
No, you're good. Well, what are they doing or looking for?
You are referring to the parade.
Yes, Father.
I don't have an explanation as to why. How that echo has come to be. But it is an echo of people that, much like yourselves, adventurers that have caught Strahd's attention and unfortunately found a
you are
not so
pathetic.
great fate.
Outcome, okay. Burgermeister, does this happen to Irene all the time when Strahd comes around? Does she get weak at her knees and just
Ismark. Yes. I am not there when it has happened, but Irina says that she does not remember the incidents beyond Strahd's eyes. She describes his eyes, and that's all she can remember of the two incidents.
That's supposed to be on the screen?
I'm gonna put it on Anet when y'all go into the if y'all go into the church.
Of course we're gonna go to the church.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go to the church. We can finish up tonight's session and then.
Yeah, that puts y'all on perfect to be at Tesser Pool next week.
Can I try to hit on Irina?
No.
In
You
the
can
church?
try, right?
You can try. That's the famous DM words.
I already called dibs, and I think everyone of the sausage party has agreed.
The sausage
What?
party.
The doors open to reveal a 10-foot wide, 20-foot long hall leading into a brightly lit chapel. The hall is unlit and reeks of mildew. 4 doors,
We're
2
waiting
on
for you.
each side of the hall, lead to adjacent chambers. You can see that the chapel is strewn with debris. And
It's midnight already.
She's just sniffing.
Irina is inside. Ismark is with y'all.
Is Irina in one of the bed chambers, or is she out in the chapel area?
She's just in the chapel area.
Okay.
What are you planning on doing?
I didn't know she was in the bed chambers and she needed comforting.
Are we sure he's not the bard?
I know, right? He's acting like the bard.
I'm a very sexy elf.
What the?
Schmexy.
So
Fucking in the nose.
occasionally you do hear a scream that comes out from underneath the wooden floor.
I don't appreciate this in this church, you know what I mean? I mean, this is supposed to be a place of, you know,
Holy
holy.
night.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jean would be disappointed in this church.
Who?
Jean, our chaplain at the
Oh.
mosque. What part of the flooring is the noise coming from? The entranceway, or in the chapel area, or in one of the bed chambers?
It comes from underneath the floor.
So there's probably a basement level that we haven't seen yet. It's probably coming from down there.
It looks like there's a door here. Unless that's a window.
So what
Oh,
I'm
no, right
guessing
here.
is you guys want to go investigate this screaming noise, eh?
Well, let's look at the chapel first, and then
Where is Father Donovich at?
He is outside overseeing the covering. of
I
the
think
grave.
maybe we should talk to him first before we start just rummaging around through the chapel. Maybe ask him about strange noises coming from the basement or whatever.
Someone call his ass in.
Okay.
Oh, that's
There's
nice.
someone.
Let's
in
go
there.
talk to Father Donovich.
That was nice knowing y'all. I'm going Tom.
All right, so I'm gonna go walk back out and go talk to the father because
You go out to Father Donovich,
Pig, right there.
and
Right
like I
there.
said, he is covering the grave with dirt.
all right. I will join him in this endeavor, and I will help him push the dirt back, into the hole.
Okay.
But I'm going to ask him, Father, are you privy to any strange noises coming up the basement of your church?
Privy to.
There's something inside your basement. Are you aware of that?
I'm taking it that Doru is having one of his fits again.
Hold on. Who?
Doru, my son.
Doru? You have your son locked in the basement? Why?
Why?
If you don't mind me asking.
That's so mean.
It's a very sad story.
I like sad stuff.
I like creepy stories.
Would you rather me tell you,
Tell us, please.
or would you rather me show?
Show me.
Show us. And make
Y'all
sure-
shut up. You're not even out here with me. You're
Okay,
inside.
I'm out here with you.
You didn't say you were. Only
She-
person that said he was coming out was him.
She's the only one in here, unless Halo and.
Oh, please.
Okay.
We're having a conversation.
Okay.
So, he brings you into a room.
Okay. Just you and me at this point.
He brings you back into the chapel, and near the altar you find, or you see him pull up a trap door.
Oh. How interesting.
Not very often you come across a church with a
And
trap
he
door.
says, he looks at you and says, what you are about to see.
May disturb you.
may
Your
disturb
discretion is advised.
18 and over, please.
Hi.
Thanks.
Hi,
Chloe.
idiots. I'm coming
And
to join
you
you.
descend.
Who's going down in there?
He gets hold of us.
He goes down
Except for
first.
she's
Okay.
still feeding him.
And before he does, he tells you, he says, he is shackled. He will not be able to harm you.
Okay.
Oh no.
And you descend down a wooden ladder into an undercroft of the church.
Please explain.
Its rough-hewn walls and the floor is made of damp clay and earth. The smell of the rotting wooden pillars strain hit your nose. The candlelight from the chapel slides through the cracks of the wooden floor, allowing you to glimpse a gaunt shape in the corner. Give me a perception.
13.
You look upon this shackled figure and you immediately recognize him to be a vampire spawn.
Oh, Velcar, that's all yours.
I mean, I've been down this road before.
And he looks at you, he looks at his father, and he yells things such as, "Father, I'm hungry. I need to feed."
When you
I can smell your blood.
Well, Father, your son's a vampire.
Yes,
How did this happen?
it was some time back. There was a man who said that he could defeat Strahd once and for all. And Doru, my son, wanted to help. Most of the individuals that went with this man, were killed. Strahd turned my son and sent him back to me as a message. And I spend every night praying to the Morning Lord for a way to help my son. I keep him shackled down here so that he will not hurt anyone. But the Morning Lord does not answer. There has been no sun in this land for many, many, many years.
Dun dun dun.
I can only assume that the Morning Lord has abandoned us.
Well, it's not my place to say whether or not your God abandoned you or not. But I do know of 2 ways to fix your son's problem. The first way is the one who made him must be destroyed. The second way is
kill.
he must be destroyed to end his suffering.
Oh,
Yeah.
the sun must be destroyed?
Yeah.
I keep hoping that there's a way to help him without killing him. But I do know that may have to come to that.
I don't get it. Why is she growling at?
The dog. Kenny's staring at her and she doesn't like it.
I'm sorry for the predicament that your son has found himself in. Where I come from, I hunt creatures like your son and destroy them. So I'm very skilled in what I do. I do it for a living. So, if you decide to end your son's suffering that way, I will be available to perform this deed for you. However, he is your son and it is your choice. I will not try to persuade you one way or the other. You will do what you feel is right.
Right now, I'm comfortable with him being secured in this undercroft. where he cannot harm
others.
anyone. And he grows
She's
weaker.
fine.
I do not wish for him to be able to harm anyone. I'm not ready for that step yet. I know it will probably have to come to that.
You must look at it from his point of view. As you said, he's down here, shackled, and every day he grows weaker.
Yes.
But the fact that he is an immortal vampire, he cannot die. Instead, he will suffer immeasurable amounts of pain and suffering for eternity. And the longer he goes without feeding, the longer his pain and suffering will last, the stronger it will grow. So at some point, you must consider what is right for your son.
You're correct. But I'm not ready for that step yet.
Indeed.
So father doesn't feed his son.
No, he wouldn't do that.
No.
At least I'd hope not.
No.
Well, they're at a graveyard and
He
there's just all these.
does not feed on me. I do not bring anybody to feed him.
What about the dead body we brought? Could we give him some? Because he's on
Yeah, vampires only feed off of living creatures.
only living. Oh,
Yes.
okay. I didn't know if they could also live.
Poisonous.
There are different types of vampires that will
Feed.
that have different like hungers. One of them being for dead flesh.
Mm-hmm.
But she's a traditional vampire that I tried, right?
So yes.
Okay.
So Deverell starts trying to lunge and get at you. So Father Donovish says we should probably.
We're not killing him yet.
What else is down there?
Yet.
That's
Just the
just
son.
him shackled.
What a horrible life to live.
It is not a life. Strahd
Is
made
there a
sure of that.
piano in? Is that a piano? I don't know. That looks like a piano. Oh, it is probably.
So you head back upstairs. You see the rest of the people as well as Ismark gathered around Irina. Irina looks fine. Father Donovich hears y'all talking with Irina about taking her to Velaki. Then he kind of interjects and he says, if you might consider instead to take her to the Abbey of St. Markovia in Kretz. The town of Velaki is well fortified, but the Abbey is safest way.
It's really up to her where she would rather go.
What?
What?
What the hell are you looking at me for?
You're the one snickering.
Yeah. She just said it's up to her where she wants to go, which means she'd leave it up to you,
Yes.
the DM.
She's gonna eat the
I
piano.
don't know. At this point, like you would think that if she got bit, she would also be hungry and she would try to feed on something. So she's eating something.
She's not turning.
No, yeah,
She's
Strahd.
only
not turning.
bitten
No,
twice.
Strahd can feed on her without
Yeah.
turning her.
I thought once a vampire bites you, you just.
No, it depends on the the vampire has to want to turn their
Oh. Okay.
victim to a vampire.
Like they just put the venom in and call it a day, or they don't put the venom in.
Yeah,
Okay.
I guess you could look at it that way.
Right.
I don't know how vampires
They're
work in
delicious.
this particular world, but I think to turn one, you have to share their blood with you after they're bitten or whatever.
Oh yeah, because they have to bite you after you bite them, and then.
Right, so where does Irina want to go? Does she want to go to the Abbey or does she want to go to Velaki?
I don't want to be an imposition. I'm happy with either options.
That sounds so
Whatever
creepy.
is best for you.
Well,
Alright,
we
rewind.
we're going to the Velaki. We need to go to the Velaki anyway.
Rewind. You said the Abbey, and what was the other option?
Velaki.
Velaki or the Abbey in Krebs.
Well, we have to go to Velaki anyway.
Velca is a secure place for Arena. Sorry.
Yes, Velaki is
Then
a
let's
bigger city, very,
let's head to Velaki then, because I think all of us could probably benefit from going to a bigger city with
More things.
maybe
to
some better wares.
buy and
Yeah.
sell and trade.
And
We need to
Eva,
find some way to make a little bit of
money on the
money
way.
on the way.
We could
'cause
sell her at pies somehow. Our magical pies that gave you good dreams.
I gave you
But Eva's
serotonin.
there too, so we need to go there
Yeah,
anyway.
serotonin. That's what.
Eva is at Tesser Pool.
Oh, that's cool. But it's over in that area,
Well, no, it's on the way.
right? Okay.
There's a lot of things on the way.
And then
So Ismark says, before you begin your travels, I would suggest maybe spend one more night at my manor. It's not safe for you to travel during the night.
it's not safe to travel during the day.
If you leave now, you won't make it to Velaki before dark. But if you start in the morning,
Just looking.
Fire I can use to commit arson.
So,
Ava is
Garrett,
eating
stop,
everything.
please.
How far
Yeah.
is Velaki from here?
it's about 3/4 of a day to
Okay.
get there.
Father, do you have anything useful that you could lend us on our travels?
Like a silver bullet. Oh, no. We don't need a silver bullet. Like a cross or something. Yeah, a talisman.
And unfortunately, the church has very, very little to give other than
Understandable. Just thought I'd ask.
the only thing we really have to offer is worthless prayer.
The prayer's never worthless.
Worthless what now?
Prayer.
Oh.
But as I said, it does seem as if the Morning Lord has abandoned us.
Who's the morning lord?
That is our deity.
Okay.
My deity, not everybody here worships the Morning Lord.
Okay, so I have a question that's been bugging me for a while.
Okay, fine.
The mist. Does the mist belong to Strahd? Has it always been with Strahd, or is it
Are you
Yeah.
asking as a character or?
both?
Well, you're gonna get two different answers in that case.
Ismark's already answered that. He said that the mist has always been with Strahd, and Strahd has always been with the mist.
Okay, so they're one. Okay, so they're together. Okay.
Do you want to stop here, or do you want to go back to his house?
I would just go back to the
Alright, let's go back to
So
his
it's
home.
house, and then we'll call it a night.
and we'll call it a night.
Okay.
Because we all take a trance, or you sleep with your eyes open and everyone else sleeps.
Not here. We're going back to his house. I don't sleep. I mean,
doesn't
Well, it's still too early for y'all to go sleep. Y'all can go to sleep next game.
yeah, because I want to still sit down and actually talk to
Yes.
Dudicus.
Dudicus,
Keep forgetting his name. What's his name again? You forgot his name, didn't you?
Ismark,
I always call him Bismarck.
Ismark.
I call him.
Alright,
call
Izzy.
him
His name is
Burgers.
Izzy.
I just call him Burgermeister.
The
Alright.
Burgermeister Meisterburger.
So this is where we will end it.
Alright, cool.
Welcome to Good Burger, home of the Good Burger.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, bro.